that down. Let's talk about this. There can be only one until there's more. But generally speaking, there can be only one. The most surprising movie on my top 10 all-time favorite films list. The Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery, Clancy Brown, all-time classic, The Highlander. Of course, we've been talking for many years about a new Highlander coming. For about 5 years straight, Ryan Reynolds was attached. Then that kind of went away 10 years ago. And then a couple of years ago, we found out Henry Cavill was being attached with one of the John Wick guys coming on to direct and all that kind of stuff. But it's been fairly quiet. I mean, we heard Henry Cavill saying, yeah, it's still coming. Filmmakers saying, yeah, it's still coming. Henry Cavill even saying, I'm now training for Highlander. That's all great. But today we got one of the most concrete step forwards where Jor-El and Kal-El are reuniting. Because according to Variety, one of my all-time favorite actors, Russell Crowe, Academy Award winning Russell Crowe, will instruct Henry Cavill in the ways of the immortals in the remake of Highlander. The Oscar winner is set to play Cavill's mentor. Of course, in the originals, that was Sean Connery, who played Ramirez. How the Scotsman was playing a Spaniard, I'm not sure, but
and
there
the
you
Frenchman
go.
was playing a Scotsman.
And the Frenchman was playing a Scotsman. The Oscar winner is set to play Cavill's mentor in a variation on the part played by Sean Connery. So I don't know if he's still going to be called Ramirez or not. In the 1986 original film, John Wick director Chad Stahelski will oversee the remake, which has a script by Michael Finch, who did John Wick Chapter 4. Highlander is being backed by Amazon MGM Studios and United Artists, which is being run by former Netflix chief Scott Stuber. The film will open theatrically. You know what's funny? When I read this story, I was just so excited that number one, it's a piece of news showing that Highlander has got momentum and is moving forward. And then number two, I was just so excited that it's Russell Crowe, who let's be honest, like these days, he doesn't necessarily always appear in the best movies. He just doesn't. I'm looking at you, Craven. And whatever that exorcism movie he just did too. I mean, he's not in the best stuff today, but I still believe he is one of this planet's best actors.
I agree.
So I was really excited to see him. And I completely whiffed. I'm embarrassed to say it. As big of a fan of Man of Steel as I am, the reconnecting of Jor-El and Kal-El completely went over my head because it was Jonathan who said that. Oh, and the fact that he's reuniting with, because remember, Henry Cavill said he's going to work with somebody he's already worked with before. I'm like, huh? And I was like, oh yeah, it's Jor-El and Kal-El reuniting again. I love this. Highlander 2 is one of the worst films made in Hollywood history. It's one of the unholy trinity, but that first one is still one of my all-time favorites, dude. And now the question to me becomes, who do you get to play Kurgan? I'm going to say Dave Bautista. I think Dave Bautista would be a great Kurgan. I'm not just saying it because he's a big guy. He's not even as big as he used to be.
No.
But I can see him, that the way Clancy Brown played that role before, or, he doesn't have a lot of dialogue other than one great speech in a church. It's better to burn out than fade away. Like Clancy Brown in that scene in the church, man. One of the best scenes ever. Maybe you get the guy who plays the mountain. I don't know. Maybe you get the guy who just played Paulie in Reacher. I don't know, but whatever. Or hell, just bring back Clancy Brown. Just bring back Clancy Brown to play. I love this news, Rob. I'm so excited. I need some more concrete news. Anyway, what do you think about Russell Crowe joining the Highlander?
What's not to love, dude? Like you said, I love me Maximus. Russell Crowe can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. His run starting in the 90s with things like LA Confidential and The Insider, Michael Mann's The Insider, and then going back to like Romper Stomper and everything.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, the guy just, he's never let me down ever, really. Even what was the movie where he played he was the commuter that got pissed at that woman and went after her?
Yeah, that's right. Where it was like the road rage movie.
Right, yeah, he was awesome in that. Even though he was like 500 pounds.
That was not a great movie.
No,
but his performance
was great
like
in that.
Great in
I forget what it was called, but it was. I just love him. He just seems like an affable guy. I love Russell Crowe. I love him on the Graham Norton show. I love him. He's the best. I can't wait. What a great. The casting of this movie. Who doesn't want to see that? If you're gonna recast that film, that's a great pair.
Well, you got a great director.
Yeah.
Like, who's perfect for a Highlander movie. You got my boy, Henry. Now you get one of my all-time favorite actors in Russell Crowe in there. Again, the big question's just kind of still lingering in the air for me is, who do you get to play Kurgan, or the version of Kurgan you're going to have in this movie?
I mean, I also think Kurgan could be open to international actors,
Oh, absolutely.
from all over the world, or maybe there's more than one Kurgan. Because you've got multiple. I mean, I would imagine that they're going to concentrate on a cadre of immortals.
Well, remember, because it needs to span centuries.
Yes.
So he can have a couple, you could almost do an anthology.
Yeah.
And have a couple, and I don't think they'll do it that way, but you can have a couple of things. Because remember, the quickening happens, they're all being drawn to New York City. He's going to have several guys. It's going to be almost like a raid light, fight to final boss.
Yeah.
Being Kurgan, or however they decide to manage that. Still, I'm so excited to see. Actually, Freddie B in the live chat just said something I never would have thought, but I love it. Freddie B in the live chat says Hugh Jackman is Kurgan. I never would have thought that. I would never think that.
That
But you
would
know
work.
what? If they announced that tomorrow, I'd be damn happy.
Yeah.
I'd be damn happy. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Finally, some concrete momentum on the Highlander remake. Not only do we have Henry Cavill, but his daddy, Jor-El, is going to be joining him, Russell Crowe, as either as Ramirez or a version Ramirez-like character. We'll find out how they're going to handle it. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.